And on that side the woeful prince beheld the battle lost, no help nor hope remained. But on the other wing the Christians yield and fly, such vantage their Egyptians gained. One of the Roberts was nigh slain in field, the other by the Indians strong constrained to yield himself his captive and his slave. Thus equal loss and equal foil they have. Godfredo took the time and season fit to bring again his squadrons in array. In either camp, well ordered, ranged and knit, renewed the furious battle, fight and fray. New streams of blood were shed, new swords them hit, new combats fought, new spoils were borne away, and unresolved and doubtful, on each side did praise and conquest, Mars and fortune ride. Between the armies twain, while thus the fight waxed sharp, hot, cruel, though renewed but late, the Soldan clomb up to the tower's height, and saw far off their strife and fell debate, as from some stage or theatre the knight saw played the tragedy of human state, saw death, blood, murder, woe, and horror strange, and the great acts of fortune, chance, and change. At first astonished and amazed he stood, then burnt with wrath and self-consuming ire, swelled his bosom like a raging flood, to be amid that battle. Such desire, such haste he had. He donned his helmet good, his other arms he had before entire. Up, up, he cried, no more, no more, within this fortress stay, come, follow, die, or win. Whether the same were providence divine that made him leave the fortress he possessed, for that the empire proud of Palestine this day should fall, to rise again more blessed, or that he breaking felt the fatal line of life, and would meet death with constant breast, furious and fierce he did the gates unbar, and sudden rage brought forth in sudden war. Nor stayed he till the folk on whom he cried assemble might, but out alone he flies, 1,000 foes the man alone defied, and ran among 1,000 enemies. But with his fury called from every side, the rest run out, and Aladdin forth hies. The cowards had no fear, the wise no care. This was not hope nor courage, but despair. The dreadful Turk with sudden blows downcast the first he met, nor gave them time to plain or pray. In murdering them he made such haste, that dead they fell ere one could see them slain. From mouth to mouth, from eye to eye forth passed the fear and terror, that the faithful train of Syrian folk, not used to dangerous fight, were broken, scattered, and nigh put to flight. But with less terror and disorder less, the Gascoignes kept array, and kept their ground, though most the loss and peril them oppress. Unwares assailed they were, unready found. Not ravening tooth or talon hard, I guess, of beast or eager hawk, doth slay and wound so many sheep or fowls, weak, feeble, small, as his sharp sword killed knights and soldiers tall. It seemed his thirst and hunger swage he would, with their slain bodies and their blood poured out. With him his troops and Aladino old slew their besiegers, killed the Gascoigne rout. But Raymond ran to meet the Soldan bold, nor to encounter him had fear or doubt, though his right hand by proof too well he know, which laid him late for dead at one huge blow. They met, and Raymond fell amid the field, this blow again upon his forehead light. It was the fault and weakness of his eild. Age is not fit to bear strokes of such might. Each one lift up his sword, advanced his shield. Those would destroy, and these defend the knight. On went the Soldan, for the man he thought was slain, or easily might be captive brought. Among the rest he ran, he raged, he smote, and in small space, small time, great wonders wrought. And as his rage him led in fury hot, to kill and murder, matter new he sought. As from his supper poor, with hungry throat, a peasant haste to a rich feast he brought, so from this skirmish to the battle great he ran, and quenched with blood his fury's heat. Where battered was the wall, he sallied out, Into the field in haste and heat he goes. With him went rage and fury, fear and doubt remained behind among his scattered foes. To win the conquest strove his squadron stout, which he unperfect left, yet loath to lose the day the Christians fight, resist and die, and ready were to yield, retire and fly. The Gascoigne bands retired, but kept array. The Syrian people ran away outright. The fight was near the place where Tancred lay. His house was full of noise and great affright. He rose and looked forth to see the fray, though every limb were weak, faint, void of might. He saw the country lie, his men o'erthrown, some beaten back, some killed, some felled down. Courage and noble hearts that ne'er spent, yet fainted not, though faint were every limb, but reinforced each member cleft and rent, and want of blood and strength supplied in him. In his left hand his heavy shield he hent, nor seemed the weight too great, his kirtlex trim. His right hand drew, nor for more arms he stood or stayed. He needs no more, whose heart is good. But coming forth cried, "Whither will you run, and leave your leader to his foes and prey? What, shall these heathen of his armour won in their vile temples hang up trophies gay? Go home to Gascoigne then, and tell his son that where his father died you ran away." This said, against 1,000 armed foes he did his breast weak, naked, sick, oppose. And with his heavy, strong, and mighty targe, that with 7 hard bulls' hides was surely lined, and strengthened with a cover thick and large of stiff and well-attempered steel behind, he shielded Raymond from the furious charge, from swords, from darts, from weapons of each kind, and all his foes drove back with his sharp blade, that sure and safe he lay, as in a shade.